Mastering something new fast seems like fantasy, right? Like waking up one day and playing guitar like Jimi Hendrix, whipping up Michelin star dishes from YouTube videos, or suddenly speaking fluent Japanese just because you watched a season of an anime without subtitles. But what if I told you it's not just a pipe dream? I'm about to spill the beans on a method that's so effective. It feels like you've been granted a secret superpower for learning. Let me introduce you to the PLE method: preparation, learning, and expertise. 1. Preparations. Think of learning a new skill like planning an epic road trip. You wouldn't just throw your stuff in the car and start driving without a clue where you're heading, would you? You'd map out your route, figure out where to stop for the best pizza, and definitely decide where not to stop unless you wanna be the star of your own horror movie. Mastering a new subject is no different. It's all about having a game plan. So let's say you've set your sights on learning Japanese just because you're tired of subtitles interrupting the action in your favorite anime. Just watching the shows won't magically make you fluent. Even if you convince yourself you're absorbing the language like a sponge, you need a clear plan. Ask yourself, what are the key things you need to learn? How can you effectively memorize the language? And how on earth do you keep from sounding like a confused tourist in Tokyo? Start by finding a chat buddy who's fluent in Japanese. Talking to someone beats trying to learn from a language app that sounds like a robot with a sore throat. Learn the basics, like how to read Japanese characters, and get familiar with the most common phrases. And for the how part, or execution, read aloud to lock those words in your brain. Make flashcards, or even use memory games, anything that turns learning into play. But here's the kicker. Planning can also turn into the ultimate procrastination trap. You might find yourself spending weeks sketching out your dream of speaking like a native, and somehow never actually getting started. Don't fall for it. Set a hard deadline for your prep work. When should this be? Keep it tight. No more than 10% of your total learning time should be spent on planning. This way, you avoid the pitfall of turning preparation into a never-ending excuse not to dive in. 2. The learning process. Now that you've got your roadmap, let's hit the accelerator. The way you learn can make or break your journey to mastering a skill. Think of it like cooking with fresh ingredients versus microwaving leftovers. Sure, both will fill your belly, but one tastes a whole lot better and is way more satisfying. The 3 key principles here are focus, directedness, and drilling. These are the 3 pillars upon which your entire learning journey stands. Focus. Ever tried to study with your phone buzzing, your TV blaring, and your dog begging for attention? It's like trying to read while skydiving. Pretty much impossible. Focus is the magic ingredient. Cut out the distractions, put your phone in another room, turn off the TV, and if you can, train your dog to meditate with you. For internal distractions like stress or anxiety, it's time to start training your focus. Try meditation, deep breathing, or even just sitting aside some quiet time to zone in. The goal is to make your focus your superpower, because when you're laser focused, everything you do becomes way more effective. Directedness. We're all guilty of learning things that never quite translate into real life. Just because you memorize a bunch of stats for a class doesn't mean that you can suddenly apply them to real life problems. So, if you want to learn something that actually sticks, practice in ways that directly match your goals. If you're studying for history test, write essays. Don't just flip flashcards. Want to learn guitar? Practice with songs, not just boring scales. Tailor your practice to what you're actually trying to do, so you don't end up with a bunch of useless knowledge that never sees the daylight. Drilling. This is where the real magic happens. To improve at anything, you need to zero in on your weaknesses. It's like going to the gym. You wouldn't just work out your already ripped biceps while ignoring your spaghetti noodle legs, right? Find what's holding you back, like those Japanese phrases that keep slipping your mind, or the tricky guitar chord that makes your fingers feel like pretzels. Drill those weak spots relentlessly until they're no longer weaknesses. This focused practice creates a feedback loop. Practice, find your weak spots, fix them, and then practice some more. Rinse and repeat. Before you know it, you'll have turned those weaknesses into strengths, and you'll be cruising toward mastery. 3. Expertise. Alright, you've prepped and practiced, but what if you're still not quite there? This is where the big guns come in. Expertise. Think of it like hiring a personal trainer. You've been hitting the gym for months, maybe even years, and your body's like, yeah, we're just going to stay the same. Then you finally wake up and hire a trainer, and boom, suddenly you've got muscles where you didn't even know muscles could exist. Experts can do the same for your learning. They can guide you, point out what you're missing, and keep you on the path. Sure, it might cost you some money or time, but it's an investment that pays off in results. So, whether it's a coach, a mentor, or even well-crafted online course, don't hesitate to seek experts' guidance. They've already walked the path you're on, and they can help you to skip the potholes and detours. These are the PLE method to learning anything faster than you ever thought possible. Preparations. Map out your learning journey and keep it concise. Learning process. Focus furiously. Practice with purpose and drill down your weaknesses. Expertise. Get the right guidance to supercharge your progress. Remember, learning is like embarking on an epic quest. There will be challenges, but with the right approach, you'll conquer your goals faster than you ever imagined. So, next time you're stuck or tempted to give up, just think, what would the PLE method do? If you enjoyed this video, show some love by hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.